Every artist has OCs, and no matter how unique you think yours are, there are some OCs we've all drawn at some point. Let's start with the first one. If you've ever drawn an OC, you have drawn this one. This is what I like to call the trauma magnet, and trauma didn't just happen to them. They're actively seeking them out. First of all, let's talk about the parents. They're either gone, missing, evil, dead, or actually even worse, emotionally unavailable. At this point, like if their parents would be alive and well, that would actually be kind of a big plot twist. They always have like a scar, like always, every single one of them. It's like across the eye or on the cheek, somewhere very visible, but also it has to be very aesthetic. And there is always a very deep story behind it that you will never actually explain in any kind of way. But you keep still mentioning it and bringing it up because I guess it is the only actual interesting thing about the character. So you gotta keep it a bit of a mystery. Okay, and their personality. I think they're like quite like quiet, reserved, mysterious. They don't talk much, but when they do, it's something like,
"Oh, you wouldn't understand.
Bestie, we understand, like, we literally invented you." Also, this OC has been betrayed like at least 3 times. Like once by a friend, once by like some kind of mentor or whatever, and once by someone they trusted but should have known better, which is code for like, I needed character development and fast. And they're always emotionally closed off, and it's not because it makes sense for the story, but because emotions are scary and this was way cheaper than therapy. Also, for some reason the universe is just mean to them. Like even when something good happens, it's immediately followed by, "Oh, but then everything went wrong." But the funniest part about all of this is that everyone made this OC when they were like, I don't know, 14, and they had 0 life experience themselves. Yet somehow you wrote a backstory with more suffering than a prestige HBO drama. But despite all that, this is usually everyone's favorite OC, and you will defend them with your life. You will say they've been through a lot every time someone criticizes them, and honestly, same. We were all just projecting and calling it lore. I think this OC exists because you reached a point in character design where you thought, what if I just didn't choose? This is the hybrid experiment OC, and they are not just one thing, they are many things at once. They could be half a demon, half angel, half wolf, and somehow still a full person. Like, don't ask about the math, it is the way it is. They have wings, but not normal wings. 1 angel wing, and then they have 1 demon wing, and it's because of symbolism. They have horns, they have tail, they probably also have sharp teeth, claws, glowing eyes, and maybe a mark on their face that activates when they're emotional. And don't worry, like, there is lore. So much freaking lore. An entire paragraph dedicated to explaining why this makes sense in the universe. Like, it won't matter, but you wrote it anyway. Because why the heck not? This OC is always struggling with like who they really are. Because how could you not be when you're 3 species? Like, they do not belong anywhere. Humans don't accept them. Demons don't accept them. And angels don't accept them. The wolves are like unsure if they accept them or not, but you know, but they still probably don't accept them. And visually, like, they are a nightmare and a dream at the same time. Every drawing session becomes like a design decision when making these OCs. Like, do I draw the wings today? The tail? All of it? Like, none of it? Why did I do this to myself in the first place? You probably made this OC at the peak of your complex equals interesting era. Like, you thought more traits meant like more depth in the character. And to be fair, like, yeah, it did feel deep at the time, but let's be real. This OC was made because you couldn't let go of like any cool idea that you had. Like, you liked demons, you liked angels, you liked animals. So you were just like, yeah, why not combine all of them? And honestly, kind of iconic. Because even now, even with more experience, part of you still loves them. Because they're messy and dramatic and they're just trying their best. And so are you, bestie. Before you guys say anything, this OC is not you. They just happen to look like you, and think like you, and react to things exactly like you would. This is the self-insert OC. And you didn't mean to make them. They just like appeared naturally, like a manifestation. Woohoo! Must have been the wind. They have your haircut, not your current one though, the haircut you wish you had at the time. Their personality is also very coincidentally familiar. They're awkward, but in a charming way. Shy, but only until someone interesting talks to them. Also kind of insecure, but in a way that makes them relatable. And somehow everyone just happens to like them. Not aggressively, but just enough. But keep in mind, they are not popular, but people always are like,
wow, you're actually really cool, like once I get to know you.
Interesting. Also, I feel like important part of this OC is the love interest. Yeah, like their relationship that is suspiciously tailored to your exact emotional needs at the time. And they understand this OC perfectly. They see through their walls. They see the things you wish someone had said to you once. And if anyone calls this a self-insert, you immediately panic. Like, no, like it's just like inspired by me, bestie, like that is still you. But here's the thing, like this OC is usually very well written because you actually understand them. No way! You know how they think, how they react, what scares them? So even though you pretend this character is just fully fictional, they're also kind of your emotional journal, just with like better outfits and hair and life in general. And that's valid. Just like do whatever you want to do, girl. This OC is actually a visual experience. You don't even need lore yet. You can already tell exactly what kind of character this is just by looking at them. First of all, the color palette, which is all black by the way, and then one other color. So it would be like red, purple, neon, blue, toxic green, like something that screams, I'm not okay, but in an aesthetic way. Everything they own is black. Like black clothes, black gloves, black boots. But then boom, for some reason they have glowing eyes and it makes no sense. Their outfit is like always doing the most. I can imagine them having like fingerless gloves, high collar, possibly like chains around their neck, possibly a long coat that dramatically flaps even when there's like no wind. And also this OC absolutely has belts, like so many belts, and none of them are holding anything up. They are purely decorative, like emotional armor, which we all need. I would say their personality is like a brooding, sarcastic. They act like they're above everything, but if someone insults them even slightly, oh, you know, it's over. They will remember that forever. If this OC existed in real life, they would absolutely stand in the corner of the room at parties. And it's not because they are shy, no. But it's because they want to be noticed standing in the corner, you know, because it's very cool and mysterious. That's what we all want to be, right? Also, they are allergic to happiness. If something wholesome happens, they immediately ruin the vibe by saying something like,
don't get used to it.
Everyone has made this OC during like their dark era. You thought they were extremely deep. And to be fair, they were quite deep, just emotionally constipated. But you know what, like this OC walked so your current characters could run. They were a face, an iconic face. I hope it was just a face. And no matter how much you've grown as an artist, you would still absolutely redraw them today, but just with like better anatomy, I suppose. This one is a dangerous one, because this OC exists for one reason only, to win. Every single time. This is the overpowered main character. And when you designed them, you didn't ask like what makes a good story. You actually asked what if they were better than everyone else. They don't have a power. They have powers. In plural. Like fire, ice, shadows, light, mind control. Like whatever you thought was cool that week just got added to the skill set. And there are technically limits. But those limits only apply until the plot needs them to stop applying. This OC has also never lost a fight in their entire life, and most they've been temporarily inconvenienced. Like, oh no, they fell to one knee. Anyway, new power unlocked. And when other characters exist, it's mostly just to be impressed. Like, there is that emotional support best friend who actually never does anything for the plot. And there are side characters who just like happen to die because it's convenient for someone to die in the story. And the villain, strong, but of course not strong enough, because the main character will always beat them. And if anyone questions them like, hey, this feels a little unbalanced, you would immediately reply by saying, no, it's actually very well thought out, and then explain the lore for like 17 minutes. This OC was probably created after you lost some kind of argument, like either online, in your head, or in the shower, and this character exists solely to prove that if you were in that situation, you would have won. But despite everything that I just mentioned, we all love drawing them, because deep down, sometimes you just don't want to struggle. Sometimes you just want to draw someone who absolutely obliterates their enemies and looks cool doing it. Okay, kiddos, these were all the OCs I had to offer in this video, but please tell me if any of these remind you of one of your own OCs that you've ever created, or just share in the comments what kind of OCs you have created in general. Anyway, see you next time. Bye bye!